It was an ordinary evening, or so I thought. I had just finished a long day at work and was sitting on the couch, scrolling through my phone, checking messages. As I glanced down at the screen, I noticed a text from an unknown number. Curiosity got the best of me, and I opened the message. It was a video file with no accompanying text. My first instinct was to ignore it, but something made me open it anyway. The moment I pressed play, my stomach dropped. It was my fiancée, the woman I was about to marry, the person I had planned to spend my entire life with, kissing another man. The video was clear, showing them in an intimate moment that left no room for misinterpretation. It was undeniable. I watched in disbelief, my heart racing, feeling like the world had just stopped. For several minutes I sat there, frozen, unable to process what I was seeing. My mind flooded with questions, but the most overwhelming one was, why? I had always trusted her completely. She had been my best friend, my confidant, and I had believed we were building something beautiful together. But now, this video shattered everything. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to call her immediately, to confront her right then and there. I wanted to scream, to cry, to demand an explanation. But something told me not to act on impulse. If I was going to handle this, I needed to stay calm, level-headed, and think things through carefully. I didn't want to make a decision in the heat of the moment. For the next few days, I played it cool. I didn't let on that I knew anything. It was incredibly difficult, being around her while my heart was breaking inside. I watched her go about her day as if everything was normal. But all I could think about was that video and what it meant for us. Was this just a mistake? A lapse in judgment? Or had something more serious been going on behind my back? I decided to gather more information before I confronted her. I started paying closer attention to her behavior, looking for signs that something was off. Over the next few days, I found little things, small inconsistencies in her stories, odd excuses for late nights, a distant look in her eyes when we were together. It was all adding up, and the more I uncovered, the clearer it became that this wasn't just a one-time mistake. It was something deeper, something she had been hiding from me for far too long. I knew the time had come to confront her. I had planned a dinner with close friends and family to celebrate what was supposed to be our engagement announcement. Everyone was excited, and my fiancé had been talking about the wedding plans non-stop. But I couldn't let this go any longer. I knew that the truth had to come out. When the evening arrived, I acted like everything was normal. My fiancée was her usual happy self, talking and laughing with everyone, completely unaware of what was about to happen. As the night went on, I stood up and took the floor. I knew this was going to be difficult, but I had to do it for myself, for my dignity. I quietly asked everyone to sit down and watch something on my phone. I turned the screen toward the group and pressed play on the video. There she was, in the arms of another man, kissing him passionately. The room fell silent as everyone watched in shock, their faces a mixture of confusion, disbelief, and sympathy. When the video ended, I spoke calmly, without raising my voice. "This is why there will be no wedding," I said, my voice steady despite the turmoil I felt inside. I looked around the room, making eye contact with my friends and family, who were all processing the situation in their own way. My fiancé's face went pale as the reality of what I had just done hit her. She was speechless, staring at the floor, unable to say anything in her defense. It wasn't about revenge, though I had every right to be angry. It wasn't about making her feel bad, even though I knew it would. It was about standing up for myself, about finding the strength to walk away from something that was no longer right for me. I had to let go of the life I had imagined with her, and I had to do it on my terms. Without another word, I left the room. I didn't cry, I didn't scream, I just left. It was painful, but I knew I had made the right choice. Everyone in that room was stunned, not just because of what they saw, but because I had handled it with such calm and composure. They didn't expect me to be so composed, to take control of the situation in such a dignified way. In the days that followed, people were still talking about it. Some were supportive, others were confused. But for me, the most important thing was that I had walked away with my head held high. It hurt, more than I can put into words, but I knew I had made the right decision for myself. I had faced betrayal, and instead of letting it break me, I chose to rise above it. I realized then that sometimes the hardest thing you can do is let go of someone you thought you'd